Second Nature for Children is in the house. Coach, how you doing?
As always, man, great, great. How was yourself?
Man, I'm doing absolutely great. Ready to get to it. I know this is the first week coming up here in December, our first full week. So I hope everyone is willing and ready to take the challenge. And I hope they've been taking this challenge that we do the beginning of every month. And so here we are, the first full week of December. So I hope that, whatever someone is going through, but been procrastinating about, some they say they're going to
Yeah.
get started on, that they take some type of challenge in life. I think one of the things that has stagnated us is we don't challenge ourselves anymore. So I hope everyone is taking that challenge. And so I see that you made it through the Thanksgiving holiday. So that's another good thing. Yeah, that's another good thing. But coach, I want to talk to you because I had a conversation with a young man. It was a great conversation on Thanksgiving. And I'm gonna make sure that I hit him up because I want him to take a listen to this to make sure
Okay. Well, before
that
you jump, can I say something right quick before you
absolutely,
jump in?
absolutely, absolutely
It's off topic, but it just in the space I'm in. So I'm gonna just say
go
every day is a special day, and today is even more special because I have a 40-year-old son, man. Today's his birthday.
today.
40 years. Yep, yep. Just been
Okay,
hanging out, whatever. So I'm in a different space. I mean, a real greater space. But I let that just marinate. Never had no trouble, no precinct, no attorney, no drugs, nothing, man. So that's where I'm at, man. But yeah, so
wow, that's great.
I'm grateful for that. But yeah, go
That's
ahead. Yeah, I had to say something. So
now that's great, coach, and definitely I give kudos to that man and to my two kids as well. That what you just said, I never had those incidents or those problems with them, man. So that's powerful, man. That's great, and
yeah,
that's great to
yeah.
be in that place and for you to have such a good young man coming up, and you that I mean, that shows a lot on your behalf for that you being that father and being that for him as well. So as men coming up as boys, we need our fathers in our lives. I know mama, she can only do so much and do what she can. But as young boys, we need, it's a need. We need our father. So I'm great to hear that you're in that good space and in that place. I appreciate you sharing that. And so that's why I want to talk to you about are most black men stuck in the past? Are most black men stuck in the past? Now I looked out on the YouTube channel and I see that it's like we have a certain amount of subscribers. Then I see where uh, like one or two unsubscribe, and they only can be unsubscribing because the truth got to be hitting them. So we may lose a couple of more subscribers because here comes some more truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are male and female. We are very sensitive, and we are a very emotional type of people. So when I look to see that, I'm like, we're only speaking the truth. Why would you unsubscribe to the truth? Especially when I say if something was said that you feel or that you can prove that bother you or that we're wrong about, share it. There's my email address. If you want to come on the show, I'll come on the show with you. I'm sure Coach will come on with you. For anybody who want to unsubscribe, share it with us. But I already know that the truth is something else. So after the night, we might lose a couple of more, but so be it. So here we go. Conversation I had with a young man, like I said, on Thanksgiving, powerful conversation. And it really prompted me to do two things. So I want to do this one tonight based on a black man, or most, I would say most, I would say all, but are most black men stuck in the past? And so I want to make sure let's get a reference of the word stuck so we can understand is what has been done. It's a verb, so it's the past tense. It's the past tense. And I've had a lot of conversations with guys, and And as I sit, and I just had a conversation with some more guys doing at the gym about a week or two ago, and I can tell from the conversation that they're stuck in the past with what they used to do. And so let's make sure stuck is something that's it is what has been done. Let's get that understood again. It's meaning it's gone. It's gone. So let's define two other words that's going to help me break this down. Let's break down essential. Essential, very simple, something that's absolutely necessary, extremely important. Absolutely necessary, extremely important. And then let's break down one more word so we can have a reference for what I'm getting ready to talk about. And the word is now. Now. N-O-W. At the present time or moment. So the conversation started with him asking me about, am I still working with the kids in the organization? So I said, man, I'll be doing this until they lay me down.
Yeah,
So he, I'll be doing it. This what I do. So he looked at me. He said, man, that's your passion. He said, I could tell when you talk. He said, that's your passion. Then he began sharing with me some things that he had done in the past, which was good. Which was good for that time.
Okay.
But I want to let all Black men know that it's something great that you need to be doing now.
Now,
I just want to share that for all Black men that hear me. It's something great that you can be doing now. It's always something extremely necessary or extremely important, Black man, that we need to be doing now. Stay with that right there. Especially if you tell me that you are a believer. Any religion, I'm talking about any religion with good principles and a savior, because your work as well as my work, but if you are a believer, your work is never done until they lay you down. And that's why I said a little earlier that I'm gonna do two shows. I'm gonna do a show next week, and I want to talk about the number one problem with the believer. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that next week. But right now, I want to try to get us from being stuck in the past on this one here from this great conversation that we have. And until they lay you down, so one of the biggest problems that I have with the so-called believer is that they say they believe, but I see no work. I see absolutely no work. They are simply a believer. They have simply just believed in what they have heard, or they just believe in something. And I'm gonna talk about it next week, but the problem is when you tell me that you believe in a certain religion, and not talking about him, because this has been going on for years while I'm talking to the so-called believer. And I call them so-called because they tell me that they believe in something, but I see no work. I see absolutely no work. And after talking to so many men about certain things, they always tell me, and they always talking about what they used to do. What they used to do. They stuck in the past on what they used to do.
or could it be that they felt they did enough?
Well,
I mean, could it be? I'm just, you know, okay, give an example. You said guy used to do a lot of great things before, right? In the past.
he was
So what
sharing.
stopped him? Why did he stop? You ask him, why did you stop? Or why didn't you just continue, along that same path lines, what have you? Why didn't you just continue?
Yeah, and I did not ask him that. And like I said, I'm gonna reach out to him because
Oh, okay, okay.
because by you bringing that up, sometimes it's something, and that's why I gave it essential, and now because it's something that has to be a lifestyle. It can't be just for a certain period of time, is what I'm trying to get us to understand. Some things are essential, that's absolutely necessary, that's extremely important, that if you was working with kids in the past, why are you not working with kids now? What has happened? It's just like, and I mentioned to him, it's just like telling me that you used to work out or exercise long time ago. That was good back then. But if you haven't worked out in 25 years, then what you did back then, it does no
Don't
good.
matter. Don't
Now,
even mention it. Don't even mention it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right, so I'm just trying to see, why are we stuck? What happened for the good work that you was doing that pulled you away? What happened? Because working with our kids, working with our children is absolutely necessary, and it's extremely important.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Okay.
Everyone wouldn't see it that way. Because if you were doing great, right, for someone else or for some people, that in itself, and you know that in itself gives you some sort of satisfaction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of the reasons I feel you would stop is because you were doing it for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? I don't know. You were doing it because somebody asked you to do it. You weren't doing it from the heart, because if you were doing it from the heart, any good deed, and you can see the effects of it, why would you stop? I'm just trying to go there as far as the individual, but I don't know the individual. But I'm just saying, why would you stop?
Yeah,
You
and,
know,
and like I say, as soon as I finish this up, I'm definitely gonna hit him up, and just, he could take a look at the video, and then if he want to come on and share some things, or if he want to just share some things with me. But that's a great question. That if you did it for a certain period of time, why it was something that you then continue to do, and just like I say, it's just like exercising. Some things should be a lifestyle that we just should live and just do, period. And then we break away from it, and it causes a lot of harm. It's just like, that's why a lot of us are so unhealthy right now today, because some things that's essential that we should be doing, that we're not doing, and we don't see that it's hurting us as individuals when we're not taking care of ourselves, and it's hurting us as a people, especially when we're not working or helping our children. So definitely, I would like for him to share, if he would like to, what made him stop, or what he was doing. Did that little time run out, and he just moved on in life? So I would definitely have to put that out there and let him share that with us if he would like to, or he could share it with me. So I would say this right here once again, because I want all the Black men to know that it's something great for you to be doing right now. So for now on, coach, for now on, I don't need no one else in my whole life to ever share with me that they are a believer. I don't need to hear about a believer. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about period. I don't need to hear about no one religion. I don't need to hear anything about that. Let me see your work. Let me see your work. And then let me see your track record of work. And then I'll be able to say, now that's a believer. Because if you believe in something, and then that's something, because now we're talking about religion, especially he mentioned to me about the King James Bible, there is work to be done. So if you're only just a believer, but don't jump in there and do the work that the Bible is telling you to do, then wow, that's why I say so-called believer. That's a problem. And just because you may enjoy the stories, you may think that, he say that that's a Black history book. That's us in that book, and that's all well and good. But there are things in that book too that if you're a believer, that you should be doing. And it comes with, like I always talk about, the foundation of life, dealing with your mind, your body, and your soul. So your fitness aspects are in there, your mental and your spiritual. So when someone tell me certain things, then I don't hear it. I don't hear it. I got to see it, especially if you're telling me you're a believer. And that was that's 30, 40 years before my conversation with him Thursday. That's anybody, because it's one of the reasons that I pulled away from the church and certain people, because they playing games with their savior name. And I don't have time, because when I look at myself, I don't subscribe to religion, but I see myself in that book doing more work than the so-called believer tell me that they are a believer. I don't see no work. So I would have to definitely say
Mm.
for now, I would have to definitely say for now that that believer will have to show me some work. And I don't need to hear any more about a believer. And I don't know if you did this or if you did that. I just want to know one thing. This is what I want to know. I want to know what you're doing now. That's what I want to know. The past is gone. A lot of us say what we used to do. We stuck in the past. If you fed me Monday and you hold on to that, and I haven't eaten Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, but you keep holding on to, then you're doing me a disservice by not helping me, and we're hurting our children, because our children need constant care, constant nurturing. That's a problem that we have. We got to realize that it's some things in life that has to become a lifestyle. And I need to know what you're doing now as a believer. I need to know, are you giving or serving to help humanity? Because that's in that book. And definitely our children, that's why I got to do this two-part next week. And I'm going to jump into that book to show them what these things
Mm.
are that they should be doing. Yep, 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 yep. And let me tell you this, and I'm
Mm.
going to let you go in, coach. I know their parents, when I'm talking about our children, I know their parents should be responsible for their well-being. I know that. I know their parents. So just because their parent is not nurturing them, we let that give us an excuse not to do anything. That's not good. Think about that. We always talk about what their parents are there. I know. But if their parents don't, do we just let them perish? If we know what's right, shouldn't we jump in there?
Mm.
Especially the believer. How is the believer going to use that? The parents, we know that. Yeah, that's a problem. We know that. But we can't let the children suffer. We got to do whatever we can do for them. That's not Christ-like, to put it off on the parents and we not do nothing when we know that the parents is one of the biggest problems that we're having with our children. We still got to do whatever we can, because that's essential that we help our children. And I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna let you go. He say, but that's your passion, because we still talking. He say, but that's your passion, and it is. It is my passion, coach. But if you're a true believer and you did what that book told you to do, it don't have to be your passion. But what about your compassion? I just want you to think about that right there. It don't have to be your passion. It's my passion, absolutely. But being a believer and doing what thus the book say and living Christ-like, or whatever religion you in, there's some good stuff in all those books. Where's your compassion for things that are essential and things that need to be done now? So I ask you, coach, because I've talked to so many of us over the years, and we're stuck in the past, especially former athletes. Man, they can't even move forward. You know, they, oh my God. And I always talk to men over the years, and especially when they hear about what I do in my organization. And I need people to go check the organization out. There's the website. Go see my work. Go to our Facebook page. And they always tell me what they used to do. And they don't understand that it's some things in life that you have to always do. You have to make it a lifestyle. And finding something to give and serve to help humanity should be something, especially for the believer, that they always do. What you think, Coach? You think most black men are stuck in the past?
I says, from my personal experience to some degree, um, the past, depending on how it's used, okay, let me say it like this. You can use the past as a gauge, as in where you are right now. You know, you can use the past as you auditing your life right now. You can glance back. Man, I've come a long way in whatever aspect, be it how you control your emotion, be it how you deal with people, finances, what have you. You know what I mean? I think the problem, it becomes a problem when, like you say, you stuck over there. You were so focused on what you used to do, you're not focusing on the now and the later on. I can't see for the life of me doing something that is helping someone else out. And if it's helping someone, I know it's going to help you because you just feel a certain, uh, you just get a certain feeling, man. You know what I mean? Why would you stop doing that? You know, I mean, I can't remember how many years ago, but when you first kicked off everything, you know what I mean? I just can't just, I never thought about it. Never thought about it. And when you put it to me, it makes sense. It just makes sense. I mean, there's no harm in that. So that's how many years ago I didn't lose track. But I just can't see this. Okay, man, that's enough. Or something happened, they said, man, hey, man, I'm not doing it anymore. I just can't see it. You know, I just can't see it. But everyone to me doesn't look at life that kind of way, that way, because of society, because how we program. A lot of people, man, just locked into me, the meism, I call it, just me, 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 me. You know, I only got time for me and mine, me and mine, me and mine. Not understanding that some of the issues today affects us indirectly, and later on it could affect us directly. You talking about kids? They're not going to be kids forever. They're going to grow up. You know what I mean? Whatever issues they have as kids, it can be bigger when they become adults. And if we cross paths with them, then we have to deal with that. Positively, negative, we can have to deal with that. So we all in this together, man. But like I said, people are so locked into the meism, it's hard for them to see how a little time, a little effort, a little finance, over here, over there, what have you, can help someone that you don't even know. But they're part of the same universe that we all part of, you know. So how would that be a negative in your life if you helping someone? I just can't see. But like I said, man, people see things differently, you know, and they move accordingly. But it's not too late for someone to reprogram or to look at them. Well, I never thought about that, but let me factor in that in. You know what I mean? And hopefully more people will see things or see it that way and try it. Try it and see how it make you feel, man. You know what I mean? Try and see how it make you feel. I'm telling you, it's a satisfaction. You just got to do it in order to experience it. I just can't describe it to you, man. I'm telling you,
And by you saying that, I just had a conversation with some guys a couple of weeks ago in the gym about being reprogrammed, you know. And sometimes just because you may not see it that way doesn't mean uh, that it's not the way to see it. Sometimes we need to sit down and really think about some things, you know. It's just like one of the videos, someone said it was a stupid conversation. I can't think which
I
one it
saw
was.
that, and I saw that, and I just left it alone because there's nothing to say. Okay, that's what you think. Okay, fine,
And,
fine.
and, and so
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
so it's that mindset right there though. Because
Mhm.
I don't even understand how could they listen to something so basic and come back. So we have to be very careful with calling something stupid because it just because we don't understand something, then we may be the stupid one. And so just because, yeah, we may be the stupid one. So we have to be careful. We have to be
Yeah,
very careful. Yeah, we have to
that's
be
why I left it alone. It doesn't even work. That it's like, okay, you
but
show
see,
more about yourself than you actually. You think you're describing something, but you show who you are, and
yeah.
hey, that's it. You know.
And that's why when someone unsubscribe, I always say, let us know why you unsubscribe because I want people to see male and female how emotional we are against the truth because that's all we speaking is the truth. That's why if you unsubscribe, that's why you can't come back on with something that's good to let me know what I subscribe because this was wrong or that was wrong. You unsubscribe because you got in your feelings and emotions. You heard something that you really need to be working on.
Mm.
So I'm just, yeah, so I don't want to hear it. You know, a lot of us
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
experiencing certain things that we know we need to work on, but all of a sudden, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it because, man, by now, man, we should, our numbers ought to be up. People should be sharing people, but it's we're so torn down as a people a lot of times, and it's one of the reasons we can't build a child up. See, you can't build a child up if you're torn down yourself. That's
But they can observe though. Kids are not stupid. Kids can observe. You know what I mean? They can see that something ain't right with these a lot of these adults, man. But being a child, you're not gonna say anything. They can see it, you know, they can see
absolutely.
it. I mean, but child stay in a child play, but they can see it, man. And a lot of us are messed up. I mean, but you got to come to that realization that say, man, I need to do better. I need to switch up. I need to. You got to come to that realization. And I'm not surprised. You talking about the viewership, man. I'm not surprised.
Mhm.
Some. Okay, let me say it like this. Some of the episodes surprised me because I'm saying, what? This much? You know what I mean? So it's not in vain. It's not in vain. It's not in vain. Some of the episodes surprised me the viewership. Some like, really? You know, so wow. Just got to keep chipping away, man.
And
That's
we're gonna
all.
and we're
You
gonna
know.
we're gonna definitely do that. As
Mhm.
long as we speaking the truth, we're gonna continue to put that truth in the atmosphere. And I got to say, well, we both definitely did agree that it won't be no time soon that we
That's
come
right.
together
That's right.
as a
Yeah, yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
That's
so so
right.
we definitely can't.
That's
But
right.
but but what's sadder than that? I'm gonna tell you what's sadder than that. What's sadder than that is that we can't even find enough true conscious minded people. That's the sad part. I already know as a large mass of people, it will, and I will not, it won't happen. I already know. But what's sadder than that is that we can't even find a small group of true conscience minded people to come together for the betterment of our children. That's the sad part to me. That's so sad to me right there. And something we have to always work on. If you tell me that, like I say, you used to work out in 1999 and you haven't worked out since, I just want you to think about it. It was good back then, but it does you no good now. And
Mm.
something, and, yeah, and one of the biggest reasons things are not getting better is because the things that we should do as a lifestyle, we're not doing. I want people to think about that. When you're talking about taking care of yourself, that should be a lifestyle. Just because earlier when you say, coach, well, some people don't see it that way. That's why I say, just because they don't see it that way, we need to be reprogrammed because you need
Yep.
to see it that way. That's a problem when you don't see that taking care of yourself. That's why we're in bad health right now today, because you don't see it that way. And we got to be reprogrammed so you can see I must. It's essential. And it's now. I can't stay stuck in the past what I used to do. I got to do it now. And we have to be reprogrammed as a people. And that's why I took stuck, essential, and now. Those three words are so powerful. And I hope we don't miss it. That is things right now in our lives that we absolutely necessarily need to be doing, that it is so extremely important that we do it now. God, now. We got to do it now, family. So I would definitely have to say, from my conversation, my observation, my time in dealing with us, my time in listening to us and working on moving forward, and so many, I've had guys to tell me, yeah, I just do an organization and I work with kids and I this and that. How could you stop? Man, them kids just get on my nerve. Them kids, I know, I know. So if you're not built for it, you got to understand it's a tough job. It's a tough job. But the thing is this right here. You don't have to work with them directly. I have an organization. You can support it financially or any way. You hit me up and
Mm.
say, this how I can play a part. Because if we're the body, then I need eyes, arms, legs, ears. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's an
I got
organization.
you.
It's something that you can do. And that's why I say you don't have to work directly with them. Me and my group, we got that. But you got to support us, though. That's why I say it may not be your passion, but if you're true in your conscience, what about your compassion? I want people to really
Yeah.
think about it. I want because I'm seeing where we're really not showing no concern and compassion for our children. And that's what I see. That's what I see. And so I would definitely say that most black men, and I'm talking about for years and years of talking to us and growing older, and it's always what they used to do. I used to do this, I used to do that, I used to do this. And I asked the black man right now today, what are you doing now? That is significant. First of all, like I say, a lot of us are so torn down till we can't help build nobody else up. So I always have my information right there for if you need to hit me up, you and I need to chop it up. Let's see what's going on. Because I need the black man to be on point so we can get something done. Because most of us, like I say, are addicted to gossip and entertainment that has us. And we are lost. I understand, but where are the ones who want to do better? Hit me up. Let's make something happen. You got anything you want to share, Coach, before we get out of here? Because my answer is definitely most black men are stuck in the past and we're not doing nothing now to move us forward as a people and to definitely not doing nothing with these children. That's zero. And like I say, if you don't do it with Second Nature for Children, find some organization where you are. Do something. If it's not for children, how can you give or serve, especially the so-called believer? How can you give or serve and it will help humanity? Let's go
I've
to
been
work.
in this. I've been in society long enough, man, to see that the things that are important to us are not promoted. The things that are important to us, for us, are not promoted. And if we don't see that and know that by now, then I don't know. You know what I mean? If everyone is on the self-care, eating right, working out, what have you, getting the mental right, even the spiritual, the medical establishment is going to suffer.
Yeah.
because it can be less sickness, less afflictions. You know what I mean? If everyone is most people is staying away from the cereal aisle or the candies and cookies aisle or the soda aisle, General Mills is gonna be in trouble. So why would a society that is so up when it comes to the dollar would want to promote self-care in the true essence of what it is? If next time you look at a football game or basketball game, just count how many commercials come on with this pill, that pill, and try to keep tabs of the side effects. I mean, that tells you that self-care is on you, man, the individual. It's on you. You know, they're not going to stop making money in order to promote your well-being. Nah, that's on you. That's on you. So, like I said, the things that are good for us, we know they're not promoted. We know they're not. And if you don't know that, then I don't know what you're doing, man. You know, but your life is your life, and you are in control more or less. You're more in control than you think you are, right? So you do what you have to do to make it better in every aspect what it is, and try to help someone else around you and let that spread. I mean, that's the best you can do. That's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? That's all I can do. And coming on here and speaking, man, it's we talking about life, man. I can say this. I can't say it enough. We talking about life. We talking about life, period. You know, we're talking about life. And if you can't see that, then hey man, if it's not for you, or you not living, you're alive, but you're not living. Let me put it like that. You know. But that's it, man. Keep keeping on, man. Keep getting better. We coming down to the end of a new year. You know, start getting the emotions together, things that you're procrastinating about, the things that can make your life better. Start working them there, man. Start setting it up now. You know, all we got is time. And we don't know when that's gonna run out. So it's on us, man. It's on us. That's my take, man.
I'm done with it, Coach. I appreciate you. I'm gonna take heed to everything you just said, whether you know it or not. So until we come back together, thank you again, Coach.
All right, peace.